Now, if you've been following us for a while, you've heard the name EarlyWorm before, right? And EarlyWorm is a zero DTE QQQ options momentum algo trading bot, right? This is a bot that we've had for about 5, 6 months, and I've had a bit of a toxic relationship with this bot. I'm not going to hold you. Reason being so is because at one point in time I thought it was broken, then improved itself, then I stopped it, paused it, stopped it, paused it. It was a whole thing, bruv. And bruv, I don't want to be sexist here. But nonetheless, one of the things that I've noticed is like, all right, I just need to actually give this bot an opportunity to actually run. And that's what I've done, right, these past couple of weeks. And I want to be able to talk about how this bot has been working and a couple of different tweaks that we've made to the bot. So if you haven't already, I need you to go ahead and smash that like and subscribe button. Now, one of the things I think is prudent for us to go over before going over this option bot is for us to be able to proper understand what is SPY, QQQ, how does option works, and zero DTE, right? So one of the first things I want to talk about is SPY. Now, SPY is the S&P 500. It is the top 500 companies, really about 503 companies within the New York Stock Exchange, right? Now, SPY, if for lack of better words, allows us to be able to understand the market, right? Because again, it's the top 500 companies within the New York Stock Exchange. And here's the blend of these different companies: about 30% that are in tech, 13% in financials, 11% in health, consumer defense about 10%, industrials, about 9%, and communications 9%. And there's about six other sectors that are within SPY. So whenever I trade SPY or look at SPY, I use that to be able to get the underlying overview of what the market is doing and how it's performing, right? And there's another one that I trade consistently, and this is QQQ. QQQ is the 100 largest tech companies within the Nasdaq, right? And the difference between QQQ and SPY, right? Now you're going to see some overlap. Some companies that are in SPY are in QQQ. Some companies that are in QQQ are a brevy. My fault. Thought this had this under lock. Here we go. Excuse me. Some companies that are in QQQ are going to be in SPY. Some companies that are in SPY are going to be in QQQ, right? Now, the reason I like QQQ is because this is tech heavy companies, right? So you're going to see a little bit more volatile jumps, right, on the up or downside, right? So I just don't want to say that, and we're bi-directional, meaning that we trade both on the bullish and on the bear side, right? And how option contracts works. Now, options enable us to be able to purchase one option contract, right? And that has 100 shares. So what we do is we make small bets on directions, right? And we pay a small premium that buys the right to profit if the moves through with our strike, right? Wrong direction is that the premium decays to zero. Now, these directional bets is not really so these directional bets, let me stay focused, is going to be a call. We're thinking the price is going to go up, or it's going to be, my fault, come on, follow me. Or it's going to be a put. We're thinking that the price is going to go down, right? Or another way to say this, call is when we're bullish on the market. Put is when we're bearish on the market. Then we're going to have zero DTE. Zero DTE are option contracts that expire the same day. Now let's go back to our code so we can understand EarlyWorm. EarlyWorm trades between 9:36 a.m. and 11:12, right? It is morning momentum. When morning momentum is the strongest. That was what we're looking for, right? And then before 10 a.m. we're requiring 2.5 times requirement because the open can be a little bit noisier, right? And then one contract per signal, and then max hold time is going to be 2 minutes, and then entry cooldown is going to be 30 where there's no chasing, and then same strike cooldown is 60. So how does it work? Right, so step one, what we're looking for is that the current candle, well, 1 minute candle must be 2.5 times the 5-bar average, right? If it's a green candle, the close must be greater than the open times 2, and this is going to be a call setup. We're thinking that the market is going to go up, right? Or if it's a red candle, this is going to be a put setup. We're thinking that the market is going to go down. Now, volume confirmation. So this is looking at the momentum, like where's the price going? Now we're looking at how many people are joining the party, right? So the volume momentum is that we're looking to make sure that 0.78 times the 5-bar average. So I'm not looking for that much volume, but I am looking for a participation, right? So real momentum needs participation, and 2.5 candles on volume is just a ghost move. Now, what next thing we're going to be looking for is what are the options that are available to us, right? Now, what we're looking for is excuse me, OTM options, and these are going to be option contracts that are a little bit out of the money, right? So hard skip is going to be any of the ones that is not as liquid. That we're going to move forward with the ones that works for us. And here is our option criteria. We're looking for a delta range of 0.15 to 0.068, and then the premium range is going to be 0.15 to $15 to $78, right? And then all four of these are green. That's when we're going to jump into it. Now here is the actual config. Now all of our bots are Python based. I don't run it on R, or I don't run it on Rust or TypeScript or Java. And I found just a lot more benefit being able to use Python, right? And that's when I first started, right, I wanted to become an AI engineer, and most of the AI engineers are Python. They understand Python, right? So that's where like I was like, all right, let me just parlay this into being able to create algo bots. So that's what I've been doing like for the just over a year, right? I still consider myself a little bit new to this, right? I'm not super expert, and I just want y'all to be able to see my process and my journey, right? If I can just being able to motivate y'all to be able to just to do it for yourself, I think that'll be phenomenal, right? So because again, it's not that hard, especially with the way Claude Code is ganging out here. And especially you don't need Office, right? You can do this with Sonnet 4.6. And most of these strats I created with Sonnet. But nonetheless, here's the config file for the strategy, right? And as you can see, unless I tell you otherwise, all of our strategies are going to start with $100, right? Max risk per trade. So we're risking about $88 per trade. We already talked about the session time. We are using forming bars, right? Meaning because this is a momentum bot. So being able to use forming bars instead of completing bars, that's okay for this strategy. Now let's actually go take a peek at the back test. So here's the back test for the strategy. So let me just give you a little bit of the overview. You know what? I think this does a better job of doing it. Let's go back here, right? Just a little bit of the overview, right? So what we're looking for is we're establishing the 5-bar average size, right? And as soon as you get that 5-bar average size, the signal is going to be, now we're looking for 2.5 times that 5-bar average size. Once you get 2.5 times that 5-bar average size, we're going to check the volume just to make sure there's participation. Then before 10 a.m., we're going to require that there's going to be 2.5 times signal so we can just cut through the noise, right? So the win rate by the bucket is, we're noticing that these 0 DTE options that are just a little bit less liquid is our kill zone, right? So this is where the part that we skip, right? So now I actually want to run the back test for y'all so y'all can actually see it live. What I need to do is just go ahead and open up a terminal, and I'm in Cursor. Hold on. And I need to go get a conda environment. My conda environment is going to be where we hold all of our Python packages. Go ahead and drop that in there. And then I actually want to go review this bot's performance this month to date, so we can actually review and how it works. So, oh, of course. All right, that's a me thing, not a you thing. So let me go take care of that. But in the interim, I think it's a great thing to be able to just to go take a look at EarlyWorm's trades. So month to date, we're looking at 9 trading days. Out of those 9 trading days, we had 27 total trades. Out of those 27 total trades, we're looking at 55% win rate. Best day, we won $22. Worst day, we lost $18, right? And average per day or per trade is about $2.59. And our net P&L right now is we're up $23 with this bot, right? So when I first started it again on May 1st, bot came out swinging, right? 2 out of 3 trades. Let's just take a look at this QQQ trade right here. And again, for us to be able to proper understand, is QQQ tech companies, right? These are companies like Apple. Matter of fact, let me just QQQ. All right, beautiful. So we can see some of the companies that are actually in QQQ. About holdings. see all holdings, right? So let's take a look at some of these companies that are in QQQ, right? We all know Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon. This is Google. Don't ask me why they call themselves Alphabet Class A. Micron, how ironic. This is YouTube, Tesla, Broadcom, right? Walmart, Intel, Netflix. As you can see here, it's quite comprehensive as far as like what QQQ offers. And these are just some of the top 100 tech companies, right? So it's a lot more volatile. That's why I can appreciate that a little bit more, right? So we were, for this particular trade, we were bullish on QQQ at the 676 level, and QQQ is at 700 right now, right? And that's kind of crazy. And then we came into this contract, we filled it at $60, and then we got out at 85, right? So a quick little 25 bucks. Of course, there's fees you have to pay. And then we did this under 8 seconds. That's why I really brought EarlyWorm back, because I was like, bruh, like I know this bot could slide. Oh, it didn't trade yesterday. I wonder why. Maybe that was a me thing. And then let's just look at the last day that it traded. There was 2 trades that happened. One was a win, one was a loss. Both were put contracts here. So if you want more videos like this, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. It is your boy Creative. I'll be back at it again with another episode.